Hi everyone, if you see my last planning video, you already know that I love using Notion to set and track my language learning goals. But for next month, I'm trying something a little different. Instead of just Notion, I'll be using the Clever Fox planner to map out my plans. Specifically for French, Japanese, and Korean, I wanted to see if using a physical planner helps me stay even more intentional. When it comes to goal setting, I try to be as detailed and realistic as possible. For example, earlier this year, I read a couple of children's books in French, and I even started the novel Eleanor and Park. One of my main goals is to finish that book before the end of the year. My French teacher also recommended some singers to help with listening practice, and I've been loving Joyce Jonathan lately. Her songs are not only beautiful but also really useful for picking up natural pronunciation and vocabulary. Same thing for other languages. I recently found a Japanese teacher I really like, and I'm planning to start regular lessons with them soon. There's a section in the planner that asks why I want it. It helps me stay connected to my motivation. For Korean, one of my personal goals is to form sentences more naturally. I really want to understand what my favorite celebrities are saying on social media without relying on translations. Now turning to the calendar page for October, this is where things get more visual and organized. I use different colored pens for each language, which helps me quickly see what I'm working on at a glance. French is orange, Japanese purple, and Korean is pink. Color coding makes it a lot easier to stay on track. I plan out specific tasks based on the goals I set earlier. I'm someone who really values routine, so I like to start each morning with music or a podcast. That's why you will see French podcasts written down on Wednesdays and Japanese podcasts on Mondays. I've also added a few new resources this month. For Korean, I've been using a website called How to Study Korean. It's super detailed and structured, which really helps with grammar. On top of that, I've signed up for language classes in both Japanese and French. I try to schedule them in advance so I can prepare and stay ahead on homework. It's really important for me to not just attend lessons but also review afterward, especially vocabulary. So I make sure to block out time after class to go over new words and expressions. One of the biggest challenges I've faced in reaching B1 in French is my limited vocabulary. It's hard for new words to really stick. To work on this, I started using a new textbook that focuses on building vocabulary through units, and they all have a theme. Each chapter comes with a short story and follow-up questions, which help me understand the context and practice using the words in sentences. I recently also discovered that I can simply hold down any word to look it up, which saves me so much time switching between apps. I used to create my own flashcards, but now there's a word list at the end of each unit that is made for me, so everything I learn is connected. For example, the one that I'm reading is all about food and recipes, so I'm not only learning the names of different dishes, but also words to describe their taste and texture. For Korean, I've been using a free website called How to Study Korean, which is honestly one of the best resources I've found. The site offers lessons across different levels and explains grammar in depth. As I learn each new grammar structure, I'm also picking up new vocabulary at the same time. For the new words, I copy them into my notebook and memorize them by writing them repeatedly. I also love that the site provides PDF versions of each lesson, so I can split my screen and take notes without constantly switching tabs. The example sentences are especially helpful because Korean relies heavily on honorific expressions and verb conjugations, so seeing those in context makes a big difference. If you're not sure where to start with Korean, this website is a great starting point. Finally finished it. It took me more than a few months. Yay! It was very good. I loved it. I think I loved this one more than the previous one that I've read. Thank you, Clever Fox, for sending me planner and this reading journal. I've never really had a reading journal before, but I think I want to use it for all my language reads since I just finished JoJo Part 2. I think I'm gonna try write a reading journal in Japanese, even though it's challenging, but I think it will be a good practice, you know? And I just quickly skimmed through all the pages. They have like book review pages. So write like title, author, genre, what did you think of the book, and etc. And there's like another blank page. Oops. So I think I'm gonna try write a reading journal right now, and see what happens. I really think I'm going to start writing reading journals for all my other language reads. At first, I felt a lot of pressure because I wasn't sure what to write, especially since this one was a manga. It felt like there wasn't much to reflect on beyond saying I love the story and characters, but I'm so glad I had a format to follow. I simply gave a brief summary of the plot, shared why I liked it, and talked about what I'm excited to read next. I looked up a few words along the way, but overall it wasn't as difficult as I expected. I definitely need more practice like this to feel comfortable writing in Japanese again.